All right, today we're going to pull back the curtain on a pretty common cosmetic procedure that a lot of people are curious about, the breast lift. You might hear it called a mastopexy in medical circles, and we're going to break down exactly what that means. So let's start with a big question. What is a breast lift, really? It's a term that gets thrown around a lot, but understanding what it can do, and just as importantly, what it can't do, is really the first step for anyone considering it. Okay, it all boils down to two key terms. The first one is breast ptosis. That's just the fancy medical name for the sagging or drooping that can happen over time. And the fix for that? Well, that's the mastopexy, the actual surgery that's designed to correct the ptosis by lifting everything up and giving the breast a new, reshaped form. So here's our roadmap for this explainer. First, we'll get into what causes that ptosis to begin with. Then we'll look at the different treatment options you have. After that, we'll dive deep into the surgery itself, talk honestly about risks and recovery, and finally, we'll look at what you can expect from life after a lift. So let's start right at the beginning. We need to understand the why. What is actually causing breast ptosis, and what leads people to even start thinking about this procedure? It's not just one thing. It's usually a combination of factors. Of course, you have aging and gravity. Our skin just naturally loses elasticity. Then you've got major life events, right? Things like pregnancy, breastfeeding, or big swings in weight can really stretch things out. For some people, it's simply their genetics, or the fact that they have naturally larger breasts. And yeah, lifestyle choices like smoking can also speed up that loss of skin quality. And the signs of ptosis are both physical and, emotional. On the outside, you might notice that loss of fullness at the top of the breast, or that nipples start to point downward. Maybe one breast hangs a bit lower than the other. Physically, it can even cause things like skin irritation under the breast. But just as important is that feeling of just not being happy with the shape or how your clothes look and feel. Okay, so if you're noticing some of these things, what are your options? Well, they really fall into two very different camps. Things that offer support versus things that offer an actual correction. And this is a really, really key distinction to make. On one side, you've got non-surgical stuff, things like great supportive bras or different skin creams, and they can absolutely help. They provide temporary support and shape, but, and this is the big but, they don't correct the underlying issue. To do that, you're looking at surgery, which is the only thing that can physically lift the tissue, reshape the breast, and move the nipple back to a higher, more youthful position. So with that in mind, let's get into the nitty-gritty of the surgical solution. How does a mastopexy actually work its magic? The main idea is actually pretty straightforward. The surgeon's goal is to remove the extra skin that has been stretched out and then tighten up the tissue underneath. You can almost think of it like tailoring a piece of clothing. They're resizing the skin envelope so it's a better fit for the breast tissue inside, giving it a firmer, more lifted shape. Now, this is where it gets really fascinating, because it's not a one-size-fits-all kind of deal. The surgeon picks the technique based on how much of a lift is needed. For just a little bit of sagging, they might use a donut lift, which leaves a scar just around the areola. If it's more moderate, they'll use a lollipop technique, which adds a vertical line. And for a really significant lift, they use the anchor pattern, which has a third scar hidden in the fold underneath. It's all about customizing the approach for the best possible result. And the benefits can be pretty life-changing. We're not just talking about an improved, perkier shape or a higher nipple position. Patients also talk about the practical stuff, like better symmetry, no more skin irritation, and a massive difference in how their clothes fit. It's really about getting back that comfort and that youthful contour. But, of course, with any surgery, there's a healing process and there are potential risks. So let's get real for a minute and talk about what that journey actually looks like. It's so important to be upfront about the risks, and it helps to think of them in two groups. You've got the common stuff you'd expect, like some pain, swelling, bruising, and of course, scars. It's also possible to have changes in nipple sensation. Then you have the more serious risks, which are much, much less common, but you need to know they exist. Things like wound healing problems or needing a second surgery down the line. This is why having a deep conversation with a board-certified plastic surgeon is absolutely essential. So what's the recovery game plan? That first week is all about taking it easy, light activity only. For the first 2 weeks or so, you'll need to sleep on your back, propped up a bit. The really big rule is no heavy lifting or intense exercise for about 4 to 6 weeks. And that support bra, it's basically your best friend during that initial healing phase. And let's talk about the elephant in the room, scars. Yes, they are permanent, but a good surgeon plans the incisions so they're hidden as much as possible. And the good news is, they fade a ton over time. We're talking many months, sometimes a year or more, for them to fully mature. Your doctor might also recommend things like silicone gels to help that process along. So let's fast forward. You're through the surgery, you're all healed up. What about the long game? What are the expectations for years down the road? Look, a breast lift can turn back the clock, but it can't stop the clock. The results can definitely be affected by the exact same things that caused the issue in the first place. Aging, gravity, another pregnancy, or big changes in your weight. That's why keeping a stable weight is one of the best things you can do to make your results last as long as possible. But I want to end on this because this quote from our research really says it all. The results are considered long-lasting, and what matters most is that patients report huge improvements in their breast shape, nipple position, and just their overall happiness with how they look. And at the end of the day, that's the whole point. So after looking at the whole picture, from the why to the how to the what comes after, it all comes back to a final question. Now that you have the information, you're in a way better spot to think about your own goals and decide for yourself, is this the right path for you?